Okay, so here we are. This is a audiobook recording, kind of an audiobook recording of 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James, recorded by John Gabriel Ndaya. So this was a present for Jenilyn Escaño's birthday. So if you have this file, happy birthday, Jen. And if you're not Jen, um, well, here it is. So this is going to be an audio recording of 50 Shades of Grey. Of course, I don't necessarily know how long it's going to be, and it's not just going to be me reading the book. It's going to be a bit of commentary on it. Not anything like, not anything good, but it's just jeez, I can't believe I'm doing this. Plus, I have to like cut this together and stuff, and it's gonna be a long book, so I gotta get this done in 7 days. Okay. All right. I guess this is the intro. So yes, this is 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. You know what this is. About the author, let's see. E.L. James is a TV executive wife and a mother of two, that's good, based in West London. Since early childhood, she dreamt of writing stories that readers would fall in love with, but put those dreams on hold to focus on her family and her career. Also, probably a good idea because, I know how this book sounds. I've read some passages. It's pretty shit. She finally plucked up the courage to put pen to paper with her first novel. I bet she didn't write shit. 50 Shades of Grey. E.L. James is currently working on the sequel to 50 Shades of Grey and a new romantic thriller with a supernatural twist. Wow! Okay. For Niall, the master of my universe. Okay. Well, hopefully I get better at this over time, so bear with me. Okay, so acknowledgements. I'll include this PDF of the book with this present, so you can follow along if you ever feel inclined. I wouldn't know why, but whatever. I sound like an angsty teen. Whatever, man. Okay, acknowledgements. I am indebted to, oh fuck. I am indebted to the following people for their help and support. To my husband Niall, okay, so it's her husband, the master of her universe. Apparently everything revolves around him, and that's why she wrote about BDSM sub, the one who's not dumb, so whatever. Thank you for tolerating my obsession, being a domestic god and doing the first edit. Domestic god? The fuck is that supposed to mean? Like, domestic god? Like, staying at home god? To my boss, Lisa. Okay, great. Thank you for putting up with me over the last year, so while I indulged in this madness. Okay, so maybe Lisa fired you so you could work on this book? Okay. To CCL. Sounds like a rapper. I'll never tell, but thank you. Never tell what? Did you have an affair or something? Did you, get an abortion? Whatever. To the original Bunker Babies. You spelled dumpster wrong. Thank you for your friendship and constant support. To SR, thank you for all helpful advice from the start and for going first. Like, going first as in, taking the dick, or? Sure. To Sue, thanks for sorting me out. Sorting you out. Okay. To Amanda and all TWCS, thank you for taking a punt. So she's the Dom. Okay. Alright. So, chapter 1. Again, this is 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. This is a present for Jenilyn Escaño, or whoever may be listening to this, or whoever they may share with. Have fun. Chapter 1. I scowl with frustration at myself in the mirror. Damn my hair. It just won't behave. And damn Catherine Kavanagh for being ill and subjecting me to this ordeal. We're starting the down already. Okay. I should be studying for my final exams, which are next week. I just finished. Yet here I am trying to brush my hair into submission. We're already getting into the undertones of this book. Wow. I must not sleep with it wet. Huh. Right. I must not sleep with it wet. She put that in italics if you can't see it. So, you know. I guess she wants a pounding to dry it up. Whatever. Reciting this mantra several times, I attempt once more to bring it under control with the brush. I roll my eyes in exasperation and gaze at the pale, brown-haired girl with blue eyes too big for her face, staring back at me, and give up. So maybe like an anime character or something? My only option is to restrain my wayward hair in a ponytail and hope that I look semi-presentable. Presentable to who? Kate is my roommate. My only option is to restrain my hair in a ponytail and hope that I... Okay. Sorry about that. Kate is my roommate, and she has chosen today of all days to succumb to the flu. Okay. Therefore, she cannot attend the interview she'd arranged to do with some mega industry tycoon I've never heard of for the student newspaper. So these are a bunch of students. If you've seen the trailer for this, reminder, they're just a bunch of students. So don't forget that. So I have been volunteered. I have final exams to cram for, one essay to finish, and I'm supposed to be working this afternoon. But no. Today I have to drive 165 miles to downtown Seattle in order to meet the enigmatic CEO of Gray Enterprises Holding Inc. I don't think we need to know the entire name. Who cares? Just fuck off. As an exceptional entrepreneur and major benefactor of our university, his time is extraordinarily precious, much more precious than mine, but he has granted Kate an interview. I don't think that's how interviews work, going in substitution. That's not how it works. What kind of point would that make? A real coup, she tells me. Damn her extracurricular activities. First of all, if she had some big job to attend to and she's been paying attention to these extracurricular activities that she, has been doing for so long, then maybe they'll understand that she has an interview to go to that one day that may not happen again. I don't understand. She put, this big job interview over, over these extracurricular activities. Whatever. Okay, anyway. Kate is huddled on the couch in the living room. So she's just chilling. What the fuck? Anna, I'm sorry. It took me 9 months to get this interview. It will take another 6 to reschedule, and we'll both have graduated by then. So this thing... Why? Fuck. As the editor, I can't blow this off. She's the editor. Fuck your extracurriculars. Please. Kate begs me in her rasping, sore throat voice. How does she do it? Even ill, she looks gammy. Oh, she's sick. I forgot. Even ill, she looks gammy and gorgeous. Strawberry blonde hair in place, and green eyes bright, although now red-rimmed and runny. I ignore my pang of unwelcome sympathy. Whatever. Okay. Fuck. Of course I'll go, Kate. You should get back to bed. Would you like some NyQuil or Tylenol? NyQuil, please. Here are the questions and my mini disc recorder. Just press record here, make notes, I'll try and scribe it all. Wow. A mini disc recorder? When was this book written? Okay, whatever. I know nothing about him, I murmur, trying and failing to suppress my rising panic. The questions will see you through. Go. It's a long drive. I don't want you to be late. The questions will see you through. Nobody talks like that. Okay, I'm going. Get back to bed. I made some soup to heat up. I made you some soup to heat up later. I stare at her fondly. Only for you, Kate, would I do this. Okay, that's in italics, so it's probably some important thing. I will. Good luck. And thanks, Anna. As usual, you're my lifesaver. Gathering my satchel, I smile wryly at her, then head out the door to the car. I cannot believe I have to let Kate talk me into this, but then Kate can talk to anyone into anything. She'll make an exceptional journalist. She's articulate, strong, persuasive, argumentative, beautiful. She's my dearest, dearest friend. You know, I bet this book would go completely differently if like someone else, if she was the main character. I bet she would have rational thought behind her. The roads are clear as I set off from Vancouver, Vancouver, WA, Vancouver, Washington, toward Portland and the I-5. It's early, and I don't have to be in Seattle until 2 this afternoon. Fortunately, Kate's lent me her sporty Mercedes CLK. I'm not sure Wanda, my old VW Beetle, would make the journey in time. Oh, the Merc is fun to drive. Fuck this. Oh, the Merc is a fun drive, and the miles slip away as I floor the pedal to the metal. Nobody talks like this. My destination is the headquarters of Mr. Gray's global enterprise. It's a huge 20-story office building, all curved glass and steel, an architect's utilitarian fantasy, with Gray House written discreetly in steel over the glass front doors. It's 1:45 when I arrive. Really, I guess the long drive just gonna get summed up in a paragraph, whatever. It's 1:45 when I arrive, greatly relieved that I'm not late as I walk into the enormous and frankly intimidating glass, steel, and white sandstone lobby. Behind the solid sandstone desk, a very attractive, groomed, blonde young woman smiles pleasantly at me. She's wearing the sharpest charcoal suit and white t-shirt I have ever seen. She looks immaculate. They're gonna get the fuck on. If this book doesn't have that, I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm here to see Mr. Gray, Anastasia Steele, for Catherine hopefully this Catherine girl does not show up later on. Catherine Kavana. Catherine K. That's what we're gonna call her, okay? Anastasia Steele. That is a name. Excuse me one moment, Miss Steele. She arches her eyebrows slightly as I stand self-consciously before her. I am beginning to wish I'd borrowed one of Kate's formal blazers rather than wear my navy blue jacket. I've made an effort and worn my one and only skirt, my sensible brown knee-length boots, and a blue sweater. What kind of... Are you a librarian? What? For me, this is smart. I tuck one of the escaped tendrils of my hair behind my ear as I pretend she doesn't intimidate me. Miss K is expected. Please sign in here, Miss Steele. You'll want the last elevator on the right. Press the 20th floor. She smiles kindly at me, amused no doubt, as I sign in. She hands me a security pass that has visitor very firmly stamped on the front. I can't help my smirk. Surely it's obvious that I'm just visiting. I don't fit in here at all. Nothing changes, I inwardly sigh. Thanking her, okay, what are these italics? Thanking her, I walk over to the bank of elevators past the 2 security men who are both far more smartly dressed than I am in their well-cut black suits. The elevator whisks me into a terminal velocity to the 20th floor. The doors slide open, and I'm in another large lobby. Again, all glass, steel, and white sandstone. I guess that's the only thing they can afford in this entire building. I'm confronted by another desk of sandstone and another young blonde woman dressed impeccably in black and white who rises to greet me. Miss Steele, could you wait here, please? She points to a seated area of white leather chairs. Behind the leather chairs is a spacious glass-walled meeting room with an equally spacious dark wood table and at least 20 matching chairs around it. Beyond that, there is a floor-to-ceiling window with a view of the Seattle skyline that looks out through the city toward the Sound. It's a stunning vista, and I'm momentarily paralyzed by the view. Wow! I sit down, fish the questions from my purse. What a satchel. Are you a cowboy? And go through them, inwardly cursing Kate for not providing me with a brief biography. So she asks you to do this, and you don't... Wait, what? She asks you to do this, and then, she gives you nothing? Not even, paper to read before going there? Not even, a Wikipedia page? I know nothing about this man I'm about to interview. He could be 90 or he could be 30. The uncertainty is galling, and my nerves resurface, making me fidget. I've never been comfortable with one-on-one interviews, preferring the anonymity of a group discussion where I can sit inconspicuously at the back of the room. To be honest, I prefer my own company, reading a classic British novel curled up in a chair in the campus library, not sitting not sitting twitching nervously in a colossal glass and stone edifice. Oh, this is gonna be such a long book to read. I roll my eyes at myself. Get a grip, Steele. Get a grip, Steele. Sounds like a military command. Get a grip, Steele. You got to catch the bad guys. Judging from the building, which is too clinical and modern, I guess Gray is in his 40s, fit, tanned, and fair-haired to match the rest of the personnel. Another elegant, flawlessly dressed blonde comes out of a large door to the right. What is it with all the immaculate bodies? It's like Stepford here. That's a reference you probably know that I don't. Taking a deep breath, I stand up. Miss Steele, the latest blonde asks. Yes, I croak and clear my throat. Yes. I guess I should read that again. Yes, I croak and clear my throat. Yes. There, that sounded more confident. Mr. Gray will see you in a moment. May I take your jacket? Oh, please, I struggle out of the jacket. Oh, wait. Oh, please, I struggle out of the jacket. Have you been offered any refreshment? No. Oh dear, is blonde number 1 in trouble? Blonde number 2 frowns and eyes the young woman at the desk. Oh, she's gonna get fucked. Mr. Gray's gonna, fuck her in the ass. Would you like tea, coffee, water? She asks, turning her attention back to me. A glass of water, thank you, I murmur. Olivia, please fetch Miss Steele a glass of water. Her voice is stern. Olivia scoots up immediately and scurries to a door on the other side of the foyer. My apologies, Miss Steele. Olivia is our new intern. Please be seated. Mr. Gray will be another 5 minutes. Olivia returns with a glass of iced water. Thank you, Miss Steele. Fuck, I read that wrong. Here you go, Miss Steele. Thank you. Blonde number 2, they have names. If she's gonna tell you what Olivia's name is, she might as well tell you her name. What the fuck is this writing? Blonde number 2 marches over the large desk, her heels clicking and echoing on the sandstone floor. She sits down and they both continue their work. Perhaps Mr. Gray insists on all his employees being blonde. I'm wondering idly if that's legal, when the office door opens and a tall, elegantly dressed, attractive African-American man with short dreads exit. I have definitely worn the wrong clothes. Short African man with short dreads exists. Okay. It's Morpheus. He turns and... Wait, no, that's not Morpheus. Okay, whatever. He turns and says through the door, Golf this week, Gray. Oh, let me read that again. Golf this week, Gray. I don't hear the reply. He turns, sees me, and smiles, his dark eyes crinkling at the corners. Olivia has jumped up and called the elevator. She seems to excel at jumping from her seat. She's more nervous than me. We could have cut that out, all of that. Good afternoon, ladies, he says as he departs through the sliding door. Mr. Gray will see you now, Miss Steele. Do go through. Oh man, it's a part of the trailer. Don't ask how I know. Blonde number 2 says, Do go through, blonde number 2 says. I stand rather shakily trying to suppress my nerves, gathering up my satchel. I abandon my glass of water and make my way to partially open the door. You don't need to knock. Just go in, she smiles kindly. I push open the door and stumble through, tripping over my own feet and falling headfirst into the office. Oh man. It's like bunk. Double crap. Double crap. Double crap. Fuck that. What the hell is this? Double crap. Me and my 2 left feet. I'm on my hands and knees in the doorway to Mr. Gray's office, and gentle hands are around me, helping me to stand. I am so embarrassed now my clumsiness. I have to steel myself to glance up. Holy cow, he's so young. Oh my god, it's gonna be such a long book. It's such a nice day too. It's April 22nd. It's 2 of my friends' birthdays. And here I am, sitting in my room, reading this filth. Okay. Miss K, he extends his long-fingered hand. Hey, long-fingered, you know what that means? You're not to push it. He extends a long-fingered hand to me once I'm upright. I'm Christian Grey. Are you alright? Would you like to sit? So young and attractive. Very attractive. I'm a dude. This sucks. Why did I volunteer to do this? He's tall, dressed in a fine gray suit, hey, it's nib, white shirt and black tie with unruly dark copper-colored hair and intense, bright gray eyes that regard me shrewdly. It takes me a moment for me to find my voice. Actually, I mutter, if this guy is over 30, then I'm a monkey's uncle. In a daze, I place my hand in his and we shake. As our fingers touch, I feel an odd, exhilarating shiver run through me. I withdraw my hand, hastily, embarrassed. You gave your hand. Why are you embarrassed? Must be static. I blink rapidly and my eyelids matching my heart rate. Miss Kavanagh is... Miss Kavanagh is indisposed, so she sent me. Is indisposed. You just say she's not here. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Gray. And you are. His voice is warm, possibly amused, but it's difficult to tell from his impassive expression. He looks mildly interested, but above all, polite. Anastasia Steele. It's a wrestler. I'm studying English literature with Kate. Catherine. Miss Kavanagh at Washington State. I see. He says simply. I think I see the ghost of a smile in his expression, but I'm not sure. Would you like to visit? Would you like to sit? He waves me toward a white leather-buttoned L-shaped couch. His office is way too big for just one man. Not the only thing that's big. In front of the floor-to-ceiling windows, there's a huge modern dark wood desk that 6 people could comfortably eat around. It matches the coffee table by the couch. Everything else is white. Ceiling, floors, and walls, except on the floor by the door, where a mosaic of small paintings hang 36 of them around arranged in a square. That is one clusterfuck of a sentence. They are exquisite, a series of mundane, forgotten objects painted in such precise detail they look like photographs. Displayed together, they are breathtaking. A local artist. Troughton, says Gray when he catches my gaze. They're lovely, raising the ordinary to extraordinary. They're lovely, raising the ordinary to extraordinary, I murmured, distracted both by him and the paintings. He cocks his head to one side, regards me intently. I couldn't agree more, Miss Steele. He replies, his voice soft, and for some inexplicable reason, I find myself blushing. Oh, man. Apart from the paintings, the rest of the office is cold, clean, and clinical. I wonder if it reflects the personality of Adonis, who sinks gracefully into one of the white leather chairs opposite to me. I shake my head, disturbed at the direction of my thoughts, and retrieve Kate's questions from my satchel. Next, I set up the mini disc recorder, and am all fingers and thumbs, dropping it twice on the coffee table in front of me. Mr. Gray says nothing, waiting impatiently, I hope, as I become increasingly embarrassed and flustered. When I pluck up the courage to look at him, he's watching me, one hand relaxed in his lap and the other cupping his chin, trailing his long index finger across his lips. She's so interested in his fingers, it's like she wants her to finger bang him. Wants him to finger bang her. I think he's trying to suppress a smile. Sorry, I stutter. I'm not used to this. Fuck, hold on. Let me get in character. Sorry, I stutter. Sorry, I stutter. I'm not used to this. Take all the time you need, Miss Steele, he says. Do you mind if I record your answers? After you've been so much trouble to set up the recorder, you ask me now? What a dick. I flush. He's teasing me, I hope. I blink at him, unsure what to say, and I think he takes pity on me because he relents. No, I don't mind. Did Miss Kavanagh explain what the interview was for? Yes. To appear in the graduation issue of the student newspaper, as I shall be conferring the degrees at this year's graduation ceremony. Oh, this is news to me, and I'm temporarily preoccupied by the thought that someone not much older than me, okay, maybe 6 years or so, and okay, mega successful, but still, it's going to present me with my degree. I frown, dragging my wayward attention back to the task at hand. Good, I swallow nervously. I have some questions, Mr. Gray. I smooth a stray lock of hair beyond my ear. I thought you might, he said. I thought you might, he says deadpan. He's laughing at me. Cheeks heat at the realization, and I sit up and square my shoulders in an attempt to look taller and more intimidating. Pressing the start button on the recorder, I try to look professional. You're very young to have amassed such an empire. To what do you owe success? I glance up at him. His smile is rueful, but he looks vaguely disappointed. Business is all about people, Miss Deal, and I'm very good at judging people. I know how they tick and what makes them flourish, what doesn't, what inspires them, and how to incentivize them. I employ an exceptional team, and I reward them well. With his dick. He pauses and fixes me with his gay stare, his gray stare. My belief is to achieve success in any scheme one has, to make oneself master of that scheme. What the fuck did he just say? My belief is to achieve a success in any scheme one has, to make oneself master of that scheme. Know it inside out, know every detail. I work hard, very hard to do that. I make decisions based on logic and facts. I have a natural gut instinct that can spot and nurture a good, solid idea and good people. The bottom line is, it's always down to good people. Maybe you're just lucky. This isn't on Kate's list, but he's so arrogant. His eyes flare momentarily in surprise. I don't subscribe to luck or chance, Miss Steele. The harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. It really is all about having the right people on your team and directing their energies accordingly. I think it was Harvey Firestone who said, Harvey Firestone? That sounds like somewhere you'd eat for dinner. Who said, the growth and development of people is highest calling of leadership. You sound like a control freak. The words are out of my mouth before I can stop them. Oh, I exercise control in all things, Miss Steele. He says without a trace of humor and oh my god. Oh, I exercise control in all things, Miss Steele. He says without a trace of humor in his smile. I look at him. He holds my gaze steadily, impassive. My heartbeat quickens and my face flushes again. These are all things I am not feeling right now. Why does he have such a nerving effect on me? His overwhelming good looks, maybe? The way his eyes blaze at me? The way he strokes his index finger. See, there's the fucking fingers again. Against his lower lip. I wish he'd stop doing that. Oh my god, this is the worst. It's been almost 30 minutes now. I'm dying. Besides, immense power is acquired by assuring yourself in your secret reveries that you were born to control things, he continues, his voice soft. Do you feel you have immense power? Control freak. I employ over 40,000 people, Miss Steele. That gives me a certain sense of responsibility. Power, if you will. If I were to decide I was no longer interested in telecommunications business and sell up, 20,000 people would struggle to make their mortgage payments for after a month or so. My mouth draws open. I am staggered by his lack of humility. Don't you have a board to answer to? I asked, disgusted. I own my company. I don't have to answer to a board. He raises an eyebrow at me. I flush. Of course, I would know this if I had done some research. But holy crap, he's so arrogant. I change tack. Jen, I don't know what that means. Explain it to me whenever you get this. And do you have any interests outside of your work? I have a variety of interests, Miss Steele. A ghost of a smile touches his lips. That means he likes to fuck. Very varied. Fuck in different ways. And for some reason, I'm confounded and heated by his steady gaze. His eyes are alight with some wicked thought. I am so done already. It's only been I don't even know what page this is. Whatever. Where am I? But if you work so hard, what do you do to chill out? Chill out? He smiles, revealing perfect white teeth. I stop breathing. He really is beautiful. No one should be this good looking. Fuck you. Well, to chill out, as you put it. I sail, I fly, I indulge in various physical pursuits. He shifts in his chair. I am a very wealthy man, Miss Steele, and I have expensive and absorbing hobbies. He likes to fuck. I glance quickly at Kate's question, wanting to get off this subject. You invest in manufacturing. Why specifically, I asked. Why does he make me so uncomfortable? This is really like that book you read, your story. Guess, not guess, paint me like one of your French girls or something? I like to build things. I like to know how things work, what makes things tick, how to construct and deconstruct, and I have a love of ships. What can I say? Hey, Jen, she likes shipping too. That sounds like your heart talking rather than logic and facts. His mouth quirks up, and he stares appraisingly at me. Possibly. There are, though there are people who say I don't have a heart. Why would they say what? Fuck, I'm an idiot. Why would they say that? Because they know me well. His lip curls in a wry smile. Would your friends say that you're easy to get to know? And I regret that question as soon as I said it. It's not on Kate's list. I'm a very private person, Miss Steele. I go a long way to protect my privacy. I don't often give interviews. He trails off. Why did you agree to this one? Because I'm a benefactor of the university, and for all intents and purposes, I couldn't get Miss Kavanagh off my back. She badgered and badgered my PR people, and I admire that kind of tenacity. It's probably because she's also hot. That's what she said in the first chapter. So, wants to get in that puss. I know how tenacious cat can... I'm so done. I know how tenacious Kate can be. That's why I'm sitting here squirming uncomfortably under the penetrating gaze, when I should be studying for my exams. You also invest in farming technologies. Why are you interested in this area? You can't eat money, Miss Steele, and there are too many people on this planet who don't have enough to eat. That sounds very philanthropic. Is it something you feel passionately about, feeding the world's poor? He shrugs, very non-committal. It's shrewd business, he murmurs, though I think he's being disingenuous. It doesn't make sense. Feeding the world's poor? I can't see the financial benefit of this, only the virtue of the ideal. I glance at the next question, confused by his attitude. She's stupid. If you... Do you have a philosophy? If so, what is it? I don't have a philosophy as such. Maybe a guiding principle. Carnegie's. A man who acquires the ability to take full possession of his own mind may take possession of anything else to which he is justly entitled. I'm very singular driven. I like control of myself and those around me. So you want to possess things. You are a control freak. I want to deserve to possess them. But yes, bottom line, I do. You sound like an ultimate consumer. I am. He smiles. But the smile doesn't touch his eyes. I guess this is at odds with someone who wants to feed the world, so I can't help thinking that we're talking about something else. But I'm absolutely mystified as to what it is. I swallow hard. The temperature in this room is rising, or maybe it's just me. I just want this interview to be over. No, you don't. Surely Kate has enough material now. I glance at the next question. You were adopted. How far do you think that shaped the way you are? Oh, this is personal. I stare at him, hoping he's not offended. His brow furrows. I have no way of knowing. My interest is piqued. How old were you when you were adopted? This is a matter of public record, Miss Steele. His tone is stern. I flush again. Crap. Yes, of course, if I'd known I was doing an interview, I would have done some research. I move on quickly. You've had to sacrifice a family life for your work. That's not a question. He's terse. You pissed him off. You're an idiot. Sorry, I squirm, and he's made me feel like an errant child. Okay, I'm not gonna think of her as a child. Okay. I try again. Have you had to sacrifice a family life for your work? I have a family. I have a brother and a sister and 2 loving parents. I'm not interested in extending my family beyond that. Are you gay, Mr. Gray? He inhales sharply, and I cringe mortified. Crap. You're gonna find out. Why didn't I employ some kind of filter before I read this straight out? How could I tell him I'm just reading the questions? Damn Kate and her curiosity. No, Anastasia, I'm not. He raises his eyebrow, a cool gleam in his eyes. He does not look pleased. Oh my god, you're an idiot. You're beyond an idiot. I apologize. It's, written here. It's the first time he said my name. My heartbeat has accelerated, and my cheeks are heating up again. Nervously, I tucked my loosened hair beyond my ear. He cocks his head to one side. These aren't your own questions? The blood drains from my head. Oh, no. No. Miss Kavanagh, she compiled the questions. Are you colleagues on the student paper? Oh crap, I have nothing to do with the student paper. It's her extracurricular activity, not mine. My face is aflame. So... No, she's my roommate. He rubs his chin in quiet deliberation, his grey eyes appraising me. Did you volunteer to do this interview? He asked, his voice deadly quiet. Hang on, who's supposed to be interviewing whom? His eyes burn into me, and I'm compelled to answer with the truth. I was drafted. She's not well. My voice is weak and apologetic. That explains a great deal. There's a knock at the door, and Blonde number 2 enters. Mr. Gray, forgive me for interrupting, but your next meeting is in 2 minutes. We're not finished here, Andrea. Please cancel my next meeting. Andrea hesitates, gaping at him. I bet that's not the only thing that's gaping. She appears lost. He turns his head slowly to face her and raises his eyebrows. She flushes bright pink. Oh God, it's not just me. Very well, Mr. Gray, she mutters, then exits. He frowns and turns his attention back to me. Where were we, Miss Steele? Oh, we're back to Miss Steele now. Please don't let me keep you from anything. I want to know about you. I think... Wait, who's talking now? Oh, hold on. Please don't let me keep you from anything. I want to know about you. I think that's only fair. His gray eyes are alight with curiosity. Double crap. Where's he going with this? He places his elbows on the arms of the chairs and steeples his fingers in front of his mouth. I'm already trying to get to the sexual part. His mouth is very distracting. I swallow. Just fuck! There's not much to know, I say, flushing again. What are your plans after you graduate? I shrug, thrown by his interest. Come to Seattle with Kate, find a place, find a job. I haven't really thought beyond my finals. I haven't made any plans, Mr. Gray. I just need to get through my final exams, which I should be studying for now rather than sitting in your palatial, swanky, sterile office, feeling uncomfortable under your penetrating gaze. It's not the only thing that's penetrating. I wonder what chapter it gets to when we finally get to that point. We run an excellent internship program here, he says quietly. I raise my eyebrows in surprise. Is he offering me a job? Oh, I'll bear that in mind, I murmur, completely confounded. Though I'm not sure I'd fit here. Oh no, I'm musing out loud again. Why do you say that? He cocks his head to one side. That means he shifts his dick in his pants. Intrigued, a hint of a smile playing on his lips. It's obvious, isn't it? I'm uncoordinated, scruffy, and I'm not blonde. Not me, he murmurs. His gaze is intense, all humor gone, and strange muscles deep in my belly clench suddenly. I turn my eyes away from his scrutiny and stare blindly down at my knotted fingers. What's going on? I have to go now. I have to go. Now. I lean forward to retrieve the recorder. Would you like me to show you around? He asks. I'm sure you're far too busy, Mr. Gray, and I do have a long drive. This is such a long book. They just keep talking and talking. Oh my God. Oh, sorry about that. You're driving back to Washington State University in Vancouver? He sounds surprised, anxious even. Is it WSU? Whatever. He sounds surprised, anxious even. He glances out the window and it's begun to rain. Well, you'd better drive carefully. His tone is stern, authoritative. Why should he care? Did you get everything you need? He adds. Yes, sir. I reply, packing the recorder into my satchel. His eyes narrow, speculatively. Thank you for the interview, Mr. Gray. The pleasure's been all mine, he says, polite as ever. As I rise, he stands and holds out his hand. Until we meet again, Miss Steele. It sounds like a challenge or a threat. I'm not sure which. I frown. When will we ever meet again? I shake his hand once more, astounded that... Oh my God, they put 2 dots! I shake his hands once more, astounded that odd current between us is still there. It must be my nerves. Mr. Gray, I nod. Mr. Gray? I nod. Mr. Gray, I nod at him, moving with light athletic grace to the door. He opens it wide. Just ensuring you make it through the door, Miss Steele. He gives me a small smile, obviously referring to my earlier, less than elegant entry into his office. I flush. That's my considerate Mr. Gray, I snap, and his smile widens. Ah, man, I can't read anymore. That's very considerate, Mr. Gray, I snap, and his smile widens. I'm glad you find me entertaining. Wow, that has fuck me written all over it. I glower inwardly, walking into the foyer. I'm surprised when he follows me out. Andrea and Olivia both look up, equally surprised. Did you have a coat, Mr. Gray? Did you have a coat? Gray asks. Yes, Olivia leaps up and retrieves my jacket, which Gray takes from her before she can hand it to me. He holds it up, and feeling ridiculously self-conscious, I shrug it on. Gray places his hands for a moment on my shoulders. I gasp at the contact. If he notices my reaction, he gives nothing away. His long index finger, there it is again. He just wants it. Presses the button, smashing. I am already vested into this romance. His long index finger presses the button, summoning the elevator, and we stand waiting, awkwardly on my part, coolly self-possessed on his. That's how you spell coolly, with 2 L's. The doors open, and I hurry and desperate to escape. I really need to get out of here. When I turn to look at him, he is leaning against the doorway beside the elevator with one hand on the wall. He really is very good looking. It's distracting. His burning gray eyes gaze at me. Anastasia, he says as a farewell. Christian, I reply, and mercifully the doors close. Oh my god, that took forever. How long has this been? Okay. So that's what that's going to be like. It's been about 41 minutes and 45 seconds, so that's chapter 1. Going on to chapter 2. I'm going to stop right here.